Hi everybody, Brian here from quantlabs.net. I'm sure you heard the news today that PayPal will be accepting cryptocurrency as part of its way to transact on the overall crypto space and the impact of it. It goes from 20,000 merchants to now 23 million merchants. So that's a massive, huge jump. So you would think that would have a really good impact. Well, let's take a look. So the first thing is for my little Python scripts. These are the ones that have moved over the last since this announcement uh, that are having a positive trend. We will take a look at these in my MotiveWave and the impact, and which ones have been impacted, which ones will continue to do well. So right now these include Link, BTC, XRP, Waves, Ethereum, Litecoin, XLM, and Bitcoin Cash. All right, so those are them. So right now we have some other coins. Looking at the reports that I usually use, first thing we want to look at is my crypto risk. How has it impacted the overall big coins that PayPal will accept? When you look at this is captured in the last hour. If this was a really big news story and was to move the price of crypto, why are we seeing all coins hit negative? Meaning they have been negatively moving down. So long term, this is a really good pop. You'll see what I mean in the charts, and I will talk about which way things will go. So that's the first thing we need to look at. Are there any coins out there worth shorting? No, which is good because everything's kind of moving sideways. So now we have three different views of which ones get longed, namely with no filter. One's based on trend and one's based on volume. Now, from what I've seen, this is fairly valid. So I'm going to go through each coin, and this is in order of preference according to these reports. A couple things we look at are trend, which is the big one, Fibonacci, and a few other things that are considered. So fortunately, I got my good old MotiveWave here ready to go to look at these coins, and that's what we're going to do. So let's look at these charts here. The first one we're going to look at is Maker USDT. And usually, if you look at the 1 day, it's been sideways trading. When you scrunch it all down to 1 hour, it becomes now still sideways trading. But you would think that somewhere in here that this news would impact all coins. They haven't. And then when you look at the 15-minute, it's the same trend, but you can see here there's a little bit of a movement up. And these are big moves that we want to capture, no doubt about it. From 562 to 570, that's going to be probably a 10% move on a fairly highly priced coin like Maker at $500+. So will this move up? I'm not sure. These are hard trading conditions when you look at Maker. So there's no, it's just flatlining. That's all it's doing. It's what it's been doing. But overall, long term, it's been trending down. So let's look at the next coin. We have here, the next one we have here is YFI. Now this is a fairly new, supposed mature DeFi coin. We've talked about those all the way back to, good Lord, August and the impact that it's had. So let's check out that one. Again, same thing, just mean reverting. Very little impact on the price. As you can see here, if I was even to look at the 1 hour, it's been declining since this news. So, and since the launch of this coin, it's been nothing but trending down. So again, this news has very little impact on coins, even in the DeFi movement. Let's check out some more coins. So the next one we got here is, of course, Bitcoin. So you can see it's been trending up, very volatile in the move up. Pretty hard to trade, I would think, okay, at a long-term basis. But let's check out what this coin is doing. So this is the one that's directly affected. And again, you can see it's been trending up really well for the last 15 minutes. That's a good move. here's the news announcement, and it goes back into its sideways movement. On the 1 day, we see here we have this movement here, but what we want to see is what it's been doing afterwards. So it's been on a tear, which of course we're not going to complain about. So Bitcoin is a really good coin to trade, but it's what it does from here. Okay, it has been trending up, it has been doing well, and it has been on a tear. As I said before, I put up an article just an hour ago about Monero. We'll look at Monero. That is easily outperforming Bitcoin. So this is good news. But what I want to know is where the price goes from here. Okay, and that's my main concern, because here it's going into a flat lining or sideways trading, and what I want to know long term, will the price continue to move up? Because my prediction is it's gone from 10,000, 11,000 up to the current price of 12,767, and the question is, will it come back down? Next coin we look at is a Dash. This one is really of not any significance. It's trending down. Okay, and then we'll look at UMA. UMA is another big DeFi coin by volume. Been trending down. Really not a lot going on. So let's check out that one. Let's close that. So we'll look at Dash. And these are some of the better performing coins. Dash's been looking okay, but it's moving very similar to Bitcoin. But you can see here, when you do get news up, boom, down it goes again. And that's what I expect to see in with Bitcoin long term in the overall space. But there is some saving graces there. There's different ways to trade it. The next one is UMA. This is another large DeFi coin. Look like, even on a daily basis, the DeFi movement has just been trending down. And 1 hour, it's gone up but come back down. So this news, this is what I expect overall on the overall crypto space. Now this is a different coin. I have talked about this. This is why I think I'm going to tell you why I think this has been doing fairly well. XMR Monero is a private coin. It's anonymous. So the governments and the central banks have no form of control over this coin. Okay, so when you look at it, it's trading the same way, but on a very long-term basis. Look at the performance that it's had. Okay, it's been doing really well since April, and look at some of the wicks here. They've been on a tear. But when you look at the 1 day, it's still not losing its value at all. Okay, it's been doing pretty good. If I look at the 15-minute chart, same thing. You're seeing it perform, okay, compared to Bitcoin. So this is one of the only coins, because it's anonymous and private. Governments are trying to control it. Central banks are trying to control it. They can't, because it's private and anonymous. Okay, and as I said before, the IRS has put out a bounty for the algo of this coin to be busted. Okay, that's how bad it is for governments, because they're trying to find ways to prevent people from putting money into XMR or Monero as a hodl, as one of the only last true real hedges out there, considering what's happening with governments in terms of debt, in terms of taxation. Okay, continuing along. See, it's been trending up very recently, and it's only been recently because what happened in March, calamity struck with the pandemic and everything tanked. So the financial system's in pretty well ruin. And the government in the U.S. has added, $6-7 trillion to their national debt. Now they're talking about doing a second round by adding another approximately $2 trillion. That's since April. And I need to remind people about this. When you look at the U.S. debt up until alone 2000, like year 2000, the national debt of the U.S. government over roughly 200 plus years was only trillion dollars of the total national debt. Okay, the national debt for the U.S. government, and that's including 2 world wars that they had to finance, plus Vietnam and whatnot. But yet, this year alone, with this pandemic and how much severity it's cost the government of the U.S., they've added about $7 to $9 trillion this year alone, which is almost double than the first 200 years of the U.S., including world wars, 2 world wars. So you can imagine that's how severe this pandemic has been. And now you know why coins like private coins, anonymous coins, are performing very well, like Monero. And that's why they're taking off. So just to note that, and the reference I put up on my last article. So the next coin we have here is Aave. This is another DeFi coin. Let's check out its performance. Okay, Aave. A-V-E. This is another DeFi coin. Okay. I don't know why my little thing is not working here. Let's see here. Okay. And open a chart. Let me just try something else here. Okay, that seems to be working just fine. Okay, so I guess we can't do that, but let me just continue along in the charts here. But overall, what I'm showing you is that the overall performance of these coins are not good. They're trending down. The impact that they have is pretty well minimal. I mean, this is what I expect with crypto. But the one coin out of the bunch that's doing well is XMR. And you can see here, there's a little bit of an impact on the news, but I do expect that news of PayPal, and including here, Bitcoin Cash is one of those that are going to be accepted by PayPal. You know, it's had its actually, you know, I just thought of something here. I can go to good old TradingView as my backup, I guess. So let's check out BCH, Bitcoin Cash, against Tether, BCH, USDT. Okay, so let's just look at focus on the daily charts here. And then we shall continue. I'll look at Zcash as the next one, which is in the same line, same vein as you can see here, very little impact on Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash as well. Still has a buy signal, but you know, it's not sustainable. It's fundamentally it's not sustainable. Okay, so there's that for sure. The next one we'll look at is Zcash. And then, yeah, I'll just leave it at that. We've looked at some of the bigger coins. The one coin that that has done well from it all, from what I'm seeing, and I'm going to show you the chart, is Litecoin. Okay, Zcash. Again, here, so slow. And once you look at these newer coins like Filecoin, it's a joke. It's been trending down. It's another DeFi coin. Neo, whoop-de-doo. What do we have else here? Ethereum. Ethereum's been impacted, but again, look, not a lot of added to. Litecoin has done well. I have some better charts to look at. OMG, you know, all these other coins are, yeah, nice to know. But being the other one that's done well, and I think that's just due to Binance. That's the Binance coin. Qtum, again, very little impact. Waves has been impacted somewhat, but I'll look at in more detail. Link hasn't seen any impact as well. So let's look at some other. So you can see here, been very little movement with Zcash over this news. I can look at the 5-day of Zcash. It's in terms of Monero as well as a anonymous coin, but I don't really put a lot of emphasis on Zcash at the present time, unless when it performs well, but it goes through its phases of that. So here we continue now looking at long. So here I wanted to show you some moves here. The notable one is Bitcoin. You can see here all these bullish, bearish candles have been identified because of this news, but it's really not a lot to take note on. But you can see here this chart, like it hasn't really done a whole lot to the momentum of Maker. Neo's another coin that's gone pretty well dead to the world. Not even worth talking about, to be honest. But Litecoin's a different one. There is some impact here. Actually, you can see this impact here. But look, we have other impact news as well. And you can see it just predictably drifts back down to nothingness. Okay, but look at Litecoin. Litecoin's a different kind of coin here. I'm not sure where this may go, but this is something to be aware of. Is that the Litecoin? Look at that big bar there. Look at the momentum has taken off a little bit, but that's a big impact move. Okay. And that's something, from 40, let's say 47 to just over $52. That's a 10% move. That's a chunk of change. Okay. So that was the one I wanted to really highlight. So there's that one. And then let's look at some other ones here. Okay. So this is again some coins filtered based upon volume. So my overall picture to say to people, should we be excited for the long-term longevity of Bitcoin and all these other coins? I would say no, because it's going to drift back. But the fundamental news, though, it doesn't mean that crypto is dead. It's far from it. There's still going to be lots of opportunity in it. But long-term wise, the coins to watch is something like Monero. And let me just pull up BNB here, the Binance coin, because that's another coin that may long-term start to do fairly well, as long as Binance, the exchange, does well as well. Because I don't know, the prime competitor of OKX are maybe in trouble now because of some accusations that the founder has done some proprietary in the last week or so. They've locked down accounts so people cannot withdraw, and that's a prime competitor of Binance. So if Binance can survive that, this coin will do fairly well, because everyone's going to eventually move over into Binance. So Binance probably has a good future, as long as yeah, it looks like trading view's gone to the dogs, unfortunately. Like, I don't know why people still use it, but whatever. So there's that. Now let me just do some final checks on some of these other coins here. These are stable coins against stable coins. That's another threat against these central banks and governments, are actual stable coins like USDT or Tether, as they like to call it. And there's other ones like BUSD and USDC, Coinbase one. So there is some legitimacy there, but let's just go through this. Okay, Matic, again, no impact whatsoever. We have here Matic. What else we got in here? We have ZIL. This was a really hot coin a few weeks ago. It's drifted back down. What else we got here? We got XLM. That can do okay. That's a coin to watch for sure. It hasn't been impacted one way or another, but you can see here the last 3 days, it's been here, there. But that coin does okay. That's an interesting coin to watch. XRP is another coin that has done well. And funny enough that PayPal will not take XRP, but XRP or Ripple has been positively impacted by this announcement as well. But long term, if you are one of those Ripple fans, that's not good news for Ripple whatsoever. Cardano can do okay. So there's going to be some coins that will survive the eventual slaughter of the dead coins that haven't really gone anywhere. And there'll be probably 10 to maybe 20 coins left to watch. But my trend script that I've updated for the last 3-4 days have only brought up no more than 10 coins, and they're big ones. Totally ignoring all of the smaller altcoins and the newer DeFi coins, funny enough. So Doge is another one. Really just go nowhere situation. IOST, another one. I'll probably detail this more for all my folks that are my customers. Analytic, the elite folks. Let's see here what else we got. Vet was excited about that. You can see it's been dead for a long time. What else we got here? We've got TRX. Yeah, at best sideways. Let's see here. What else do we have? And I think the last one's BTT. Oddly enough, BTT's been coming up in my RSR. Can do okay, but it's been not a very good coin, predictable coin to trade. But again, that's day-to-day sentiment. And the last one I believe is BTT, which has been coming up in that same script. But look at that move there, 10 to 13. BTT. Oddly enough, I don't know why this is always in my dependable script, but it's there. Anyways, I just wanted to show you that, and that's pretty well all I got to offer, if we got some news out of it. But overall, I think that Bitcoin long-term will drift back probably to around 10,000. There's a lot of talk of it moving up. Fundamentally, it may do well, and I hope I'm wrong. I'll continue. If I'm wrong, I'll continue trading that if I'm able to make some cash out of it. Other than that, let me know what you think. We shall talk to you later. Have a good day.